Shut the door. I'm recording. When Messiah was being executed, he said 7 phrases, often called the 7 words. What we're going to do today is look at the 5th word where he says, I am thirsty, the famous last words of the Messiah. So this reading comes from John chapter 19, verse 28, which says, when Yeshua knew that everything was already done, so that the scripture may be entirely fulfilled, he said, I am thirsty. Now the master knew that his last breaths were near. He had accomplished that which the Father had assigned to him. He had only to finish the last dregs of the cup of suffering placed in his hand. According to the Gospel of Mark, he had already hung upon the cross 6 hours, and he thirsted. Quote, my strength is dried up like a post shepherd. My tongue cleaves to my jaw, and you may lay me in the dust of death. Psalms 22:16. He said, I am thirsty. Now, a jar full of sour wine was standing there. John 19:29. Roman soldiers drank sour red wine vinegar mixed with water and flavored herbs. They called it posca, and the army issued the drink as a standard rotation and daily beverage of the soldiers. One of those present, presumably one of the soldiers, took a sponge, filled it with sour wine, and put it on a reed. The word reed here is a generic for the long stick. Now, John says he put it on a hyssop, but hyssop does not produce long sticks. Instead, the wine may have been flavored with hyssop. The hyssop alludes to Passover. Quote, you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood which is in the basin, and apply some of the blood. Exodus 12:22. Now the soldier lifted up the sponge to the master's lips, fulfilling the scripture as it says, for my thirst they gave me vinegar to drink. Psalms 69:22. In the first century culture, a sponge on a stick had a nasty connotation. Roma era Latern stocked sponges on sticks as reusable toilet paper, and even Roman soldiers carried a sponge in his equipment for the same purpose. Luke tactfully spares his readers from the unpleasant association and simply says the soldiers also mocked him, coming up to him, offering him sour wine. Luke 23:36. One of the interesting things is the connection to the Passover, dipping the matzah in the wine, as we also see present there to remind us of Yeshua's death. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Shalom.